Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, how are you? We are passing through a very critical time. But don't lose heart. Keep faith in Allah. Pray to Allah. Inshallah, we shall overcome. Now, welcome to my online class. This is my last class on modifier. Here is my identity. Aisha Akhtar Moni, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Kumilla Government Women's College. Today, we are going to discuss on post modifier and the topic is relative clause. So, let us see what is a clause. A clause is a group of words. A clause is a group of words having a subject and a finite verb. So, a clause has a subject and a finite verb, and it means the clause acts as a part of a greater sentence. A clause is a part of a greater sentence. So, let us have a look at the example. I have a dog or I have a bag. So, here we can see only one subject and one finite verb, and we can't divide this. If I divide here, I have, then no meaning. If I say a bag, then no meaning. So there is no clause. This is a full sentence. I have a bag. Second one, the bag is red. Again, there is no clause because you can't divide here. Number 3, I have a bag which is red. Yes, here we can see clause. If we divide here, then I have a bag. This is a clause. Which is red. This is another clause. In the first clause, subject is I, finite verb is have. In the second part, in the second clause, subject is which and finite verb is. Now, come to our next slide. Phrase or clause. How can you differentiate between a phrase and a clause? A phrase is a group of words which doesn't have any subject or finite verb, but a clause is a group of words which has a subject and a finite verb. Here, life is not a bed of roses. Here, a bed of roses. This is a phrase. No subject, no finite verb. Second one, life is nothing but the sum total of some moments. Here, life is nothing. This is a clause, and but the sum total of some moments. Here, you know, this is a compound sentence, and for a compound sentence, here the subject is same and the verb is same. So, we can write, after but, we can write life is the sum total of some moments. So, here is a clause. Number 3, the lion is the king of beasts. No clause because you can't divide. If you divide here, the lion is, and you can say the king of beasts, then in these words, the king of beasts, there is no subject and no finite verb. So it is a phrase. There is no clause here. Number 4, the lion is the beast, which is the king of the forest. If we divide here, the lion is the beast. Here, the subject is the lion and finite verb is. And the second one, which is the king of the forest, subject is which and finite verb is. So it is a clause. Our today's topic is relative clause. Relative clause. When a clause begins with a relative pronoun, then it is called relative clause. What are the relative pronouns? Who, which, that, whom, whose. These are the relative pronouns, and if a clause begins with these pronouns, then it is called relative clause. So what are the examples? This is the boy who came to meet you. Here, who is the relative pronoun, and who came to meet you, it is a relative clause. This is my friend whose father is a teacher. Here, relative pronoun is whose and relative clause is whose father is a teacher. Next one, this is the pen which I lost yesterday, which is relative pronoun and it is relative clause, which I lost yesterday. Last one, these are the students whom I love. Here, relative clause is whom I love, subject, finite verb. Now, let us have a look at this slide. There is an exercise for you according to the board question. So, let us practice it. There lived a wolf in a dash, in bracket, it is indicated, pre-modify the noun. But it is not written what you have to write. So, if you find any direction to pre-modify the noun, then easily you can use adjective or noun adjective. And the answer will be thick. What may be the answer? The lived wolf in a dash wood. The answer may be thick forest. Thick, thick. After dash, use a participle phrase. Use a participle phrase. So, here you can write killing. Killing is a participle, and if you write killing a lamb, killing a lamb, L-A-M-B, lamb, then it is participle phrase. After killing a lamb, he went on eating the flesh, but a bone stuck in his throat and dash. Number C, use a demonstrative. So dear students, what are the demonstratives? These, that, these, those. Here we have to use that. And that bone, the answer is that. Bone gave him pain and went about not knowing what. Blank use an infinitive phrase. So, if I write to do, this is infinitive, but you are asked to use infinitive phrase. So, you can write to do then, THEN, to do then. He was howling on in dash agony. Number E, blank, pre-modify the noun. Again, you can use an adjective or noun adjective. So, you can use severe. SEVERE, severe. Agony means very painful, agonizing, very painful, agony, pain. F, use a participle phrase to pre-modify the verb. So, participle phrase. If you write moving here and there, moving is a participle. You can write moving here, 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 and there, THERE, there. Moving here and there. He saw a crane at a distance. He saw a crane at a distance. Next, he asked the crane toward him and requested it. The wolf is requesting the crane. It, then G, use infinitive phrase. If you write to plus base form of verb plus more words, then it is infinitive phrase. Number G, to help him in his danger. You can write to help him in his danger or to help him in his trouble. TROUBLE, trouble. Trouble. The wolf lured the crane that it would give dash rewards. Pre-modify the noun. You can write many. You can write lucrative. LUCRATIVE, lucrative. Rewards. It put its beak. J, pre-modify the noun. Again, you can use an adjective. It put its long beak into the wolf's throat and removed the piece of bone. Removed the piece of bone. Okay? I think that you have understood. That's all for today. Thanks to all. In my next class, I'll go through the text. Please follow this class and practice at home. Stay at home. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.